Jen, I know you have a very busy schedule. You're traveling, you're teaching an upcoming workshop,
Yes.
and you'd mentioned it. Yeah.
Yes. I'm teaching in New York on August 12th and 13th with Screenwriters World, and that's Mastering the TV Pilot. And then I am teaching in London, Labor Day weekend for us. That is the London Screenwriting Festival. And I'm doing a master class the day before the festival. I'm writing a TV pilot that sells, and then I'm teaching 3 classes at the festival that really all 3 go into, one is finding your voice, the other is the internal story, elevating emotion, and then the last is why the audience returns, having to do with the internal story.
Interesting. I'm fascinated by all of them, but especially the last one. So, why the audience returns? Does that mean a series
Yes.
of writing? Let's even take like a Harry Potter or something like that, or Better Call Saul, which is a spinoff of Breaking Bad. So, what is it? Do you feel that is why the audience returns?
I think the biggest why, ironically, is the setting up of the why the character wants what they want. And this is the internal story. Like when I look at series that should have gone because they had all the components, they had the huge executive producers, they had the right network, they had the right actors, and the story failed. And the reason that I have found on shows that haven't worked, it's the failure to develop the internal story and the season 1 arc of the series. And that has to do with the development of the why of the central character. Because if we don't understand why the character wants what they want, we don't have a rooting interest, and we don't know why we're coming back. And you can look at shows like, if I were to think about all of the television shows that are working, and this could go into features too, but of the TV shows that are currently working, when you look at Blind Spot, and you look at The Good Wife, and you look at Homeland, and you look at The Blacklist, and you look at Night Manager, and you go, why is the audience returning? And a show like The Good Wife, you're going to say, we're not returning to watch the law case each week. The reason why we're returning is because Peter committed a sex scandal that landed him in jail and created the dilemma for Alicia of having to bring security back to her family, leading Alicia to return to a law career that she abandoned 13 years before, adding the complication that her college sweetheart, Will, hires her. So that triangle, and the setup of that triangle on an emotional level, is what brings the audience back. Will Alicia stay loyal to Peter, who betrayed her, and not give in to her connection with Will, who rescued her and who she has a history with? And that question is really what brings us back. When you look at Homeland, you think Carrie, you think, will Carrie remain loyal to the mission, or will she give in to the fact that she feels love for Brody, who she is meant to bring down? That brings us back. That makes us, because it's not a one and out, it's an ongoing dilemma that we can't wait anticipation-wise to see what happens. And that, again, comes down to the powerful question that comes out of the series Trigger and Dilemma. you know, in the case of Homeland, which I think has one of the strongest season arc questions, is Brody the prisoner of war that turned or not? And that's how you set up a concept that leads the audience to want to return, because they have a very big night manager. Certainly, you know, there was an incredibly powerful moment of loss that we wanted to understand. Was the character after that loss still going to be able to get what they wanted?